Right, welcome back everybody. Today you join me with this little petrol two-stroke leaf blower, and it's a bit of a cheap branded one. It's AMA Garden, made in Italy, this one. I bought this about 3 to 4 years ago from a house clearance as a non-runner. When I bought it home, we stuck a bit of fuel premix in it and it fired up straight away. I've never done nothing with it. I've used it for the last 3 seasons, blowing all the leaves around my dad's property, and it starts first time with the little choke lever you pull up there, and it goes first time. So it did start bogging down the end of last season. Well, I say previous to that, for the last 3 years, I've had no issues with it. I bought it, put fuel in it, and it's run perfectly ever since. And I say the last season, it just started bogging down at the end of the season, where you had to just nurse it on a bit of quarter throttle, but you wasn't getting your full potential on the blowing. So we managed to make do with it, and we put it in the shed, forgot about it, and now it's the time. The leaves are all dropping again, so we've brought it out. I've tried starting it the other day, and it's still doing the same thing. I knew it would do, but I just wanted to try it, and it took about 7 or 8 pulls to get it going. Usually, I say, it was first pull start, this one, so it's probably come to the time where we need to take the carburettor off, give it a bit of a service. It's never been winterized or nothing like that. I say we'd use it, put it away, forget about it for 8 months, pull it out, and it fresh fuel and it would go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take it apart and have a look at this carb, and we'll probably drop it in the ultrasonic cleaner. So let's get started. Right, so first of all, I'll just bring you around this little blower. I say it looks like it's only a cheap one. I've never even looked online for these, to be fair. I mean, we've had ones in the past, the McCullochs and Steel, but this one has just been fantastic. I think I'd give £15 or £20 for it as a non-runner, but I come back and stuck the premix in and it fires straight up. So yeah, it's been a good little machine. And I've had other ones in the past that normally take 3 or 4 pulls to go, and this one's never let me down. We've done nothing to it apart from just put the fuel in it when we needed it. So what we're going to do now is we'll start taking a few of these plastic bits off to get into the carburettor. I'm not sure what this is here. There's like a little dial there. I've never played about with that. I don't know what it is, whether it's just a catch to hold on a filter, or say it's never. Oh, there we go. It's never had an air filter on it or nothing, this, so let's just see what sort of state it's in. There's been no maintenance to it the last 4 years in my possession, so let's have a look at this filter. It looks a bit wet there, so yeah, it's soaking wet there with premix. You can see it on my fingers there, oily fuel. So it may have been tipped up when it's been in the shed. It does get a bit of abuse, it does get knocked about, so I haven't got no spares for this, so I can't put a new filter in. So what we'll be doing is just basically using what we've got. I'll give it a clean up, give the carb a clean, and I will just give the whole general unit a bit of a clean down, and maybe we can get a service kit for it, because it does deserve one, really. It's a good reliable little machine. So but what my aim is today is just get it going so we can get some leaves shifted out the front of the house. So today it's just hopefully to get it running as it should, and then at a later date I'll treat it to a little service kit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to start stripping a few bits off, and I'll put you on a bit of time lapse for that. Right then, so that's the carburettor off now. And I've actually noticed, I've never known this before, but there's actually a primer bulb underneath this carburettor. So I say in the past when I've used it, I've just pulled the choke on and it's fired straight up. So it's something I've learnt there. But the carb don't look too bad on the outside, but it's what's going on the inside. So what I've done now is I've set the ultrasonic cleaner up. I'm just going to strip this down and we'll drop that in the ultrasonic cleaner. We'll give it 10 or 15 minutes. And while that's doing that, I'm just going to go around and give this blower a bit of a clean up because it's covered in crap. Right, so that's had 15 minutes in the ultrasonic cleaner now. I've given the machine a bit of a wipe down, and what we're going to do now is start assembling this car back together. I say I'm not changing no diaphragm or gaskets because I haven't got no service kit for it, so we're just going with what we've got. There we go. So that's one carb fully serviced. So we can stick that back on there. That come that way. Got to thread that throttle cable. There we go. And when you're just doing these up, don't bother doing it with an impact, just do it by hand, because you can strip the threads on these. Or I have seen in the past, you can break the inlet manifolds because they're only plastic on these, so just wants to be hand tight, nipped up. I'll just get my 2 fairing screws back in, and then we'll get the air filter back in. I'll give that a bit of a blowout, but I say I will get a service kit for it at a later date. So we'll just nip them up. I will stick this air filter in. I say I'll give it a bit of a blowout, but it'll do the job for now. Right, that's that nipped up. So that primer bulb should be under there, which I never knew before, because you can't even see it. Look, it's behind them hoses. So I've never known that. So I've always just pulled the choke up and gone for it like that. But we will give it a few primes now because we've had the carb stripped. Yeah, I can feel it priming up there. So we'll do that. HT lead back on. We'll give it a fire then. Right, so it's a cold start, first start. Let's have a go. Right then, so there you go. That's this AMA Garden leaf blower sorted.